What's up, everyone? It's Hamdan on the channel, and today on the Beyond the Edge series, I'll be introducing a friend and we'll be discussing about one of the most latest and revolutionary products of science and tech, which is quantum computing. And this actually stems up from the field of quantum mechanics. My friend, who is currently a student at the University of Science and Tech Electrical Department, will be sharing with us some of the stuffs in relation to this field. So, thank you for having me on the channel. Could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, hello guys. I'm Owusu Peprah. I mostly go by Aries. It's great to be back on the channel. Thanks for having me.
Oh, really? Quantum computing, as we've said, which is now one of something we are looking up to in the future, which we think will kind of surpass like our today computers, our today classical computers.
Yes. Quantum computing is a very interesting subject. Currently, they are the ultimate computers. They are the benchmark for computers because they can compute at incredible speeds. And it's a very interesting field. I can't wait to dive deep into it with you.
But basically, there are some theories or things we need to know before diving right into the field of quantum computing, which includes superposition, quantization, quantum entanglement, and quantum gates. So, could you kind of elaborate on these theories?
Yes. It is important to understand the fundamentals of quantum computing before we can dive into it, of course. So the word quantum itself came from the word quantity, right? It is used to denote size, right? Usually on a small scale, used in physics, right? So scientists like Niels Bohr, they theorize that energy exists in discrete packets, right? So they decided to call these packets quanta, right? So quantum, the plural is quanta, right? So that's where the word quantum is from. So quantum mechanics is basically physics on a very minuscule scale. Yeah. So now that we have that out of the way, we can analyze certain theories that quantum computing is based on. Okay, let's start with the superposition. It's the easiest. Superposition basically means an object existing or a particle existing in two states simultaneously, right? So, as we'll be learning later on, quantum computing deals with qubits, a little bit of a spoiler, right? So, superposition basically means an object existing in two states all at once simultaneously, right? So, we can have an object being, say, a book and a pen all at once.
So, meaning the thing is like it can be a book or a pen, or a book and a pen at the same time.
Book and a pen all at once, all at the same time.
Wow,
That's
interesting.
It's very interesting. In fact, quantum mechanics is different from classical physics. Very different.
Wow.
Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, we can talk about quantum entanglement. Now, quantum entanglement is a bit tricky because scientists still don't understand how it quite works. Right?
Wow.
Quantum entanglement, basically there are two particles that are linked, right? And whatever happens to the first particle instantaneously happens to the second particle.
So, meaning even if one of the particles, let's say for instance, it's at Accra and one is at Kumasi, meaning if there is something happening on the one at Kumasi, there will definitely be a change or something in the other at
Yes,
Accra.
exactly. It is important to understand that the change is instantaneous. Distance is not a factor. It doesn't matter where they are in
So,
space.
meaning it's not more or less like it's gonna take some time before it will just do like
Yes, it won't
something
take time.
fast.
It won't take time. It happens simultaneously. As it is happening to this particle, it is happening to the other one at the same time. And like I said, distance is no factor. So the other one can be on Jupiter and this one can be on Earth. And they will still be entangled.
Wow.
Yeah, so quantum entanglement is very interesting, right? What it means is that we can study one particle, right? And know the effects it will have on the other particle, and the particle doesn't even have to be around.
So, meaning we just need only one particle at a
You
time.
just need only one particle. Yeah, exactly. So the basics of quantum computing is based on these two principles. Obviously, there are other underlying principles, but these are the fundamental ones quantum computing runs on.
So now let's dive right into what actually is quantum computing?
That's a very interesting question. Okay, so there are classical computers, right?
Yeah.
Which run on bits, right? Bits are like tiny, uh, just like it is called bits of information, right? And they are basically zeros and ones.
Okay.
And everything the human being has accomplished digitally,
Yeah.
from our phones to our laptops, everything, every computer runs on these zeros and ones, right? And how fast the computer is depends on the computer's ability to manipulate these zeros and ones, right? And how fast it can do that. But here is the tricky part. With quantum computing, classical bits step to the sides. Enter qubits.
Oh.
Qubits are basically the short form of quantum bits. Right? And these quantum bits, like we've already talked about superposition, they can exist in two states at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these quantum bits are never a zero or one. Right? They can be a zero, they can be a one, or they can be both all at once.
Wow. So meaning in classical computers, it's basically bits, zeros and ones.
Just zeros and ones.
But in quantum computing, it can be zero, it can be one,
or it can be both all at once.
It can be both zero and one at
all
the same time.
once. Yes.
That's
Yes. And that allows the quantum computers to perform computations and calculations at unfathomable speeds, way faster than classical computers.
so meaning the quantum computers are way more faster than the
Yes, they are
classical
way more
computers.
faster, way powerful. In fact, Google Sycamore, which is Google's quantum computer, right?
Wow.
They performed this experiment with it in 2019, where it was supposed to perform bits of calculations, right? And our best supercomputer on the planet right now, which is Frontier,
Wow.
right? If Frontier were to be given the same amount of calculation, it would perform it in 47 years.
In 47 years.
47 years, I'm telling you, 47 years.
But how many minutes or hours was this quantum computer?
Sycamore was able to complete it in under 4 minutes.
Damn. And that's very good. Like
Under 4 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, it's very good. Quantum computers are basically, like I said in the beginning, the ultimate computers. They are pushing the boundaries of computers right now. And there's no telling the application. It has limitless application.
it can be applied into a whole
Yes.
lot of different industries or
Yes.
fields.
Yes. Just like classical computers manipulate information in bits, right? Quantum computers do the same, but like I said already, at a faster pace. What it means is that AI systems that are based on these exact bits, zeros and ones, will be more powerful, faster. It has applications in medicine. Often, when I talk about its application in medicines, people don't understand. So let me elaborate further. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So currently we have AIs, right? And these AIs, they are capable of learning and reproducing, right?
Yeah.
So there's this AI called Alpha Dot, right? Who has been fed information on protein structure. And based on the information it's being fed, it can predict the structure of other compounds, other protein molecules.
Wow.
Exactly. So supposing this alpha dot is powered by a quantum computer, right? It would be able to perform much faster, right? What it means is essentially we can simulate compounds for the cure of cancer. We can simulate compounds for the treatment of, let's say, leukemia. Basically, diseases that are incurable. Yeah.
So like what of material science? Like can quantum computer
Yes, exactly. It all runs down to simulations, like I said, right? Yeah. So currently, human beings don't really experiment with the material itself, right? We feed the computer with the information about the material, and then it runs simulations, right? And these simulations are run. Some are run over 30 million times just to find the right combination that will work, right? So just imagine quantum computers being able to perform all these 30 million simulations in like a second or like 2 seconds. Quantum computers just have limitless applications in medicine, in tech, any field you can think of, in agriculture, in biology, everything.
in robotics,
In robotics, exactly.
meaning it can even make the robot think faster, like at a faster
Exactly,
rate.
at a faster rate.
Even if they are able to apply it to self-driving cars, there is going to be something else.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
the decision accidents and all those things, you can.
Yeah, we can. It is a possibility. Although sadly, quantum computers is still in its early stages of development, so there's still more we don't know about quantum mechanics itself. Right. So yeah, so as research advances, I'm sure they will come up with new and innovative ways to better the use of quantum computers in our daily lives.
So, like, how do you kind of envision the future of quantum mechanics?
Quantum computing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm seeing a future where quantum computers take over the job of classical computers, right? Because as humans are advancing, so does our tech, so does our technology. Our technology needs to advance. It needs to be able to be on par with the kind of work we want to do. So yeah, currently NASA is using supercomputers to perform its calculations. But supposing we were able to perfect the technology of quantum computing, all these computations would be way easier. We could calculate and formulate equations for black holes, for wormholes, for there are just limitless applications. So the future is bright for quantum computing, although there's a downside.
Okay, but I still think like our today modern day computers, like let's say our laptops, and they are still good. You get what I mean? And
Yes.
you can still use them for a lot of years without
Yes.
having any kind of, should I say, issues.
Yes, but herein lies the problem. You see, transistors,
Yeah.
right? Integrated circuits, chipsets, right?
Yeah.
That are the brains of our technology,
Yeah.
right? They perform computations very fast. I'm not gonna lie. Today's standard of computers are very, very fast, and they are working. They are working
And
extremely well.
even looking at the number of transistors in a circuit,
In a
like
single
this,
IC, it is crazy. Now they are able to fill a single IC with about 90 billion
90
transistors.
billion transistors.
Yes,
Meaning it
exactly.
can perform a lot of tasks at a small, just at least for the daily
Yes,
use. Yes.
information transfer between the transistors are very fast since they are close together because they are that tiny.
Yeah. And one major area I'm just looking at about this whole quantum computing thing is space exploration, because it deals with a set of bigger numbers and
Exactly.
bigger calculations and all
Exactly.
those things. So I think maybe using the quantum computing for that part can help
Yes, exactly. Yes,
revolutionize a lot
exactly.
in that field.
Yes, yes, yes. And I think humans, for a long time now, we've set our sights on space exploration. So yeah, it's a very intriguing endeavor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Although the medicine, it can also be applied, the material science and
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
But yeah, you asked about the future. I think quantum computers will replace classical computers, even though classical computers are not terrible. They are very good at performing computations right now because our classical computers right now are very, very fast. But herein lies the problem. The smaller the IC or the smaller the transistors, the faster the computations because information is able to travel just short distances, right, between the transistors themselves.
Yeah.
But now transistors are increasingly shrinking, right? And once it shrinks past the atom or close to the size of the atom, physics as we know it changes.
Yeah.
That is where quantum mechanics steps in, right? So in classical computers, we have the basic logic gates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the logic gates basically deal with manipulating the zeros and the ones. Exactly. Yeah, but as they shrink, as the transistors shrink
Subatomic level.
to subatomic levels, particles don't react the same way. So the electrons that are being controlled in the transistors, instead of being stopped at the gate, they can go through it or teleport entirely. That is where quantum mechanics steps in.
But did you think like there are some limitations to this whole quantum computing thing?
Yes, of course. Everything. There are two sides to every coin.
Yeah.
So everything that exists has like double sides. Obviously, quantum computing has its advantages, but there are limitations and there are disadvantages.
Yeah.
Currently, even though our best scientists are working around the clock to massively speed up the production and the improvement of quantum computers, there's still a lot we don't know about quantum mechanics as a whole branch. Yeah, so our hands are still tied. So yeah, that's a big limitation.
Okay,
That's a big
so
limitation. Current technology is a big limitation for us.
okay. So meaning at the moment there's just about the exploration, like the discovery of new knowledge about quantum mechanics, which maybe if it improves basically the
Yes,
quantum
yes, quantum
computing
computing
is
increases in improvement as
it's
well.
more or less like a direct proportion,
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly like a direct proportion.
We've been hearing a lot of issues about privacy and encryption,
Yes,
data encryption.
yes,
And one thing we've learned is that nowadays a lot of countries, if they are unable to crack a code or something now, they are implementing a new strategy of kind of store it for the future. Like if they are having an encryption data they are finding it difficult to decrypt, they will store it so in the future they will be able to use quantum computer to decode the information. I think like all this, looking at most of our encryption algorithms today, I think how fast the quantum computers, how fast they are, and I think maybe they can be able to crack those
yes,
things and
yes.
all
They
those
will
things.
be able to crack them with ease. Very, very. It's very, very simple for quantum computers because the encryption algorithms we have today, right?
Yeah,
Basically, they are like we said, there are bits, right?
yeah,
And you possess the particular arrangement of bits that enters your account or that's your password,
yeah.
right? Exactly. But herein lies the problem. Even with classical computers, there are softwares that can run multiple passwords all at once, right?
Yeah.
Through the system
Just to get
at random just to get your password,
password. Yeah,
right? So if supercomputers can perform computations classical computers will take like 1,000 years to
yes.
compute, just imagine how much easier your
In,
encryption
in less
breaking will
than
be.
in less than 30 seconds, you
In
can
less
be
than
able to
seconds,
do
it will break your
something
encryption.
it will take a day for a classical computer to do, and it can just decrypt the encryption code.
Yes, 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 yes. Security is going to be a big problem with quantum computers around.
So, but did you actually think there are going to be newer encryption like at the quantum level or something like
Yes,
that?
exactly, exactly. As technology evolves, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. As the hardware evolves, the digital
the
aspect
aspect
also
also evolves.
evolves.
Yeah,
Exactly. So, yeah, just as they are striving to improve and mature quantum computing,
yes,
I'm
yeah,
sure encryption will also see a major upgrade in the future.
yeah. Then that will actually be good because
Yeah, because quantum computers will be a hell.
so in general, like how do you see AI or the integration of AI in quantum systems? Like
Okay. So all our algorithms and our softwares today, they still run on classical bits,
yeah,
right, which are zeros and ones. Right? And like I said, the quantum computers can perform these computations way faster,
faster.
right? What it means is essentially uh, AI softwares that are based on qubits will
Yeah,
be faster. Inevitably, they'll be
smarter.
smarter. Exactly. So they'll be more powerful in general.
Wow. So like what's your general overview about the whole of quantum computing technology?
Yes, I have. What I think is, yeah, like I said from the beginning, it's a very intriguing subject.
Yeah.
And I think it's the next step in computer evolution.
Wow.
We don't really or necessarily need to advance to the fifth generation or the sixth because quantum computers will kind of take over that role,
Yeah.
right? And just because a thing works doesn't mean it can't be improved, right? Classical computers are they've been of big help. Our phones have become a big part of our
Like
lives,
yeah.
right? Exactly. Our computers, everything. Yeah, so the introduction of quantum computing, I think, will give us a whole new insight on how the world works, how medicine works, how agriculture works, simulations, uh, health. It will
Just
improve
a
a
whole
lot of
lot.
sectors.
Looking at self-driving cars, robotics, just everything. Like
Exactly. Okay, so with the limitations, yeah, quantum computers are very, very expensive to make. In fact, they are so expensive that just three companies own quantum computers in the whole world. Google owns one, IBM owns one,
and
and Microsoft.
Microsoft.
There's Google Sycamore. There's Microsoft's Ion Q Harmony quantum computer, and then there's IBM's Osprey.
IBM's Osprey.
Osprey.
I learned there is another two called the eagle or something.
Yeah, there's Osprey is the current one. There was one called the Eagle, which is the predecessor of Osprey, and then the last one, which is the Condor, which started the whole thing.
Okay. So we are almost done with the video, and it's actually been a pleasure having you on the
Oh, yeah,
channel.
it's been great being on the channel. I really enjoyed that a little.
We hope to kind of see you in more content relation to science and tech.
Yeah, I'll be available if you invite me.
Okay, thank you so much, bro. Okay. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.